Well, happy day to all, wherever you may be. Um, there is more than one person out there with the name of Virginia. My mother's name, my late mother, she has gone to her rest. Her name was Virginia, no middle name. And then there's a lovely channel named Virginia that I admire and appreciate and enjoy. And then there's another gal. And the distinction with this channel, uh, I'm not sure if it's Gaia or Gaia. Anyway, they have more than one channel. And I'm not sure if it's You Are Going to Prison, Matthew, or Held Hostage by Terrorists. Yeah, I'm not sure which channel. But things come up on our feed. I've had things come up on my feed that I'm not even subscribed to, or not even close. And so I didn't immediately go, but I thought, okay, nothing else happening, I'll go see. And sure enough, I heard this person talking about someone, and the topic was suicide. And apparently, and this is the way it sounded, I can't say for fact because I was not there from the beginning, but I did hear it said that someone had referenced committing suicide. And then I heard the person who calls themselves, that's their name also, Virginia, but not the, but this is the Virginia that has more than one channel with Held Hostage by Terrorists and You Are Going to Prison, Matthew, and who's actually got a list of 7 people that she's at war with. That's just crazy. I'm not even a likable person. I'm such a grouch. I'm such a, I'm like that my children would have been like, what is this, if I'd put Sesame Street on? But if you think of Oscar the Grouch, yeah, I'm quite capable of presenting more like Oscar the Grouch than anything else. So we've got Joey, a wonderful lady, and this person and I, we have different ideas, and I don't think she's an evil person. My religious faith does not allow. Has zero tolerance. It's forbidden. Some of the things that this lady does do. And this woman, excuse me for saying lady, this woman, I respect her right to live her life as she sees fit. So there's Joey, and then she's at war with Lorraine. She's at war with David A. and the other channel personality. I don't know names, so forgive me. Please excuse. No disrespect intended. And then there's a young man named Brian. I believe it's Jandura, but I'm not looking at the name, of Subversive Awareness. Then they're at war with Candy Grand Prix, over $20. And someone named Matthew David Whiter. I don't know if it's Whiter or Weeder. But here's what's got me. Yeah, this is why I'm making the video. The topic was suicide. And it goes from, and I didn't hear from the very beginning, so I don't know whom was referencing that they were considering suicide. And the next thing I know, I hear held by hostage by terrorists, you are, or the other channel, you are going to prison Matthew. And remember, Matthew David Whiter is one of the people on the list of people that the allegations, and all of these have been allegations. I allege what I'm telling you, that I have heard these things, and the thought to hear this person named Virginia, who has a channel that is titled "You Are Going to Prison, Matt," and there is a person named Matthew David Whiter, and the topic is suicide, and I hear Virginia encouraging this person to commit suicide. Encouraging. Now, they wanted my email, and I gave it to them, and ever since then, I've got a phone that was over $1,000 because I'm in no condition to deal with a big computer. I've got lift restrictions and very serious injuries. And so I bought a phone that did a lot of things. Well, it's all jacked up ever since I gave her my email. Now, does that mean she did something? No, there is no evidence that she did. It is a coincidence, though, that I have not been able to rule out. Or I would have been happy to record this. I should have. But I can't watch it and record. I think there is a way, but I was just in shock. There is a way to do that. I just remembered. But I was in shock because she was really pushing. And then she replayed it, and I was like, oh, amazing. So what happens? There's no sound. But I want to say that is despicable. This David person would not follow my channel. I left when I closed out my Gmail account, it knocked off my Sun, Moon, and Water channel temporarily. I didn't know it was temporary, though. And I'm not really sure what's going on with it. And but I can't. There's been so much that has made me so unhappy with this Virginia woman. There's been the exploitation and abuse against myself, which every time I've made. See, here's the thing: if I'm making a lot of noise, I'm just halfway to angry. I'm just halfway to righteous anger. I'm talking righteous anger. I'm just angry. But if I become righteously angry, I become very, very focused and very calm. And I made 5 different videos, and I would not allow myself to post those videos because it would have really been more than this overinflated, got a big ego that has to be nurtured all the time and fed, and I didn't want that responsibility. But to listen to anyone encourage another person to kill themselves, to encourage them. And now they've never mentioned that they have children. I've been noticing that she keeps putting down mothers. Mothers are the reason for all these, and she's making references to men, as if men don't have enough problems. Men and women are having a lot of problems. People are having a lot of problems, and she's referring to any man she chooses as an incel, and then she attacks the mothers. I am the mother of 5 children. 3 of my children are men. They love their wives. They don't hit their wives. They don't call them ugly names. They're not abusive. But if there were something to happen, I would put up with taking the blame. I find it incredible that someone that has no children is an expert on children. I find it incredible that someone that is not a mother but is an expert that is taking this opportunity to criticize actual mothers that have put those miles in, those tears, the blood, sweat, and tears it takes to raise a child. I am just so disgusted. There is a list, and she tried to make me her poster child of this elderly person. Now, there's a list of, let me back it up, there's a list of 7 people. Joey, Lorraine, and I have a lot of respect for Lorraine. I know how Lorraine has treated me, and I know how Lorraine treats others. So, and then we have, I don't know David A. and his, the other party on that channel. I don't know Brian, Subversive Awareness. Don't know Candy Grand Prix. She's not blocked me, and I've left her messages asking her to please stop with the grifting and manage her donations. I've not interacted with Matthew under his channel known as Matthew David Whiter. And I believe there's more than one. Now, this Virginia claimed that she had been, had her privacy violated, and it was not, that her privacy was not respected, and I appreciate that's a terrible thing to do, to not show respect for boundaries and a person's privacy. That's uncalled for. It's not a way to treat people. But then she goes ahead and she won't shut up about, if you go and watch Matthew's channel, he's got her photo up. Well, she kept boo-hooing about she didn't want her face known. She didn't want her appearance to be known to anyone. She doesn't want her private information shared, but she kept, there's such a thing as leaving breadcrumbs, but this lady's given, directions on how to find out all this information that she swears up and down. Just as adamant that I want my privacy. But then she deliberately harps every chance that presents. She harps to send people in the direction of the people that are exposing her identity and her appearance. Okay? Need I say anything more? It's sort of like you can't be a little bit dead or a little bit pregnant. Which is it? So, with Joey, she tried to make it out that Joey was hurting me, and of course, we all of our conversations except for the last one were done openly, and she can't hear me laughing. But I made it clear, hey, knock it off. Joey's not bothering me, and she just kept on and on. And look, basically she was patting the bill. Okay, Joey's standing there going, "This is me. You don't need to make up lies." I was in no danger from Joey, and I told you as much. And I didn't appreciate you behaving as you did with zero respect for my boundaries, no consideration for my feelings, and telling people that I was at risk from Joey. You're a bold-faced liar. Joey didn't do anything to me, and if he wanted to go and look crap up, he wouldn't probably find much. My parents were very intelligent people. Yeah. Let me know how that works out for you, Joey, if you do it. I'd be interested in seeing what you find. I know I managed to find something one time, and they sure had the bucks. But they've been dead a couple years now, okay? And my brother, uh, he's enjoying it. The conflict for my brother doesn't rear its ugly head too often. He's doing all right. Let's see. So you got Joey, which never bothered me. It started with that. And then there's Lorraine. Then she's at war with David and another person at that channel. Then there's a young man named Brian. I think it's Jandura. Forgive me on the name. He calls his channel Subversive Awareness because she said it enough times. Then there's Candy Grand Prix, who she said doxed her, but she keeps talking about how, mentioning Candy's name and saying, Candy doxed me, on and on and on and on and on. And then there's Matthew David Whiter. But this last time I tuned in, somebody's talking about committing suicide, and she's talking about mothers, putting down mothers. Where are your children, woman? What do you know about carrying a child for 9 months, giving birth and raising a child, and the blood, sweat, and tears involved? You gotta shut your mouth. You got any children? I haven't heard you reference any children. You keep acting like you've got a degree in psychiatry when it comes to what's... Yeah, that's why I can't stick around and listen to your videos. They make me want to hurl, make me want to puke. You're criticizing all these women. You're playing psychiatrists. You're going on and on and on. I'm so disgusted and sick of you. You know what you ought to do? You laid low for a while because you didn't know what I was going to do. I'll get back to that. Why don't you give it a rest? Okay? That'd be a good thing for you to do. Later.